4 people.
Oh, that might be. Oh, I guess we're going now.
I know she's really good at her job.
The ocean floor, there is a big bed of sea urchins. Those are the big purple pincushion-looking animals out there. They actually are animals. They move very slowly. If you ever frequent a sushi restaurant, that is what we call umi in the sushi restaurant. So we're actually going to be looking at the natural habitat right off of the coast of Waikiki Beach. Over the last 20 some odd years, Atlantis has put down several artificial reef systems out here to provide habitats for the wildlife. Without it,
We have the MCC here. There we go.
what you'll be seeing is sandy bottom and a lot of animals swimming really close to the bottom of the ocean. What you're looking at right now is what we call the Hawaiian pyramids. These are concrete slabs separated by PVC tubing. And they provide a variety of different habitats for the large fish and the small fish. The deck plates are different sizes. So the small fish hide in the small hidey holes and the large fish hang out on top. The large silverfish you're looking at is the ulua and amberjack. Those are the game fish and the predators on our reef here.
Oh, wow.
If you want to follow along on page number 5 and 6 is these airplanes were originally placed at about 60 feet and they were completely intact. In 1990s, Hurricane Iniki came through. If you guys remember, it did millions of dollars of damage out in Kauai. And out here we had 20-foot surf. So these airplanes got tossed around and actually got moved to their current location. The fuselage and most of the engines are probably in Fiji by now. This is all that we have left of our 2 airplanes. Because there isn't a lot of sunlight down here, there isn't a lot of algae growing, so as much algae as is able to grow with the limited amount of sunlight at 100 feet is the number of fish that live here. So as you can see, outside of the airplane, there's not much going on. There's not a lot of life because there's not much food. But on the airplane, where there is algae growing, there is the resident schools of reef fish that live here all their lives. Oh, okay. Those of you in the front, if you can see through the front viewport over Captain Joey's shoulder, you can see a swimming honu, a Hawaiian green sea turtle. Those of you on the port side might be able to see it. The Hawaiian green sea turtles are endangered species. And if there's an there is a honu sitting on top of the gun turret on the Waio also sleeping over there. So this is our sunken ship. It's a Navy yard oiler. It was put down here in the 80s as an artificial reef. It's now completely covered in coral and algae. The honus, that's the Hawaiian green sea turtles, come down here to eat and to sleep. While they're sleeping, the reef fish will actually clean their shells. And on the port side, you're looking at a big school of Heller's barracuda. These are related to the great barracudas of the Caribbean. About 350 nesting female honus here in Hawaii. They lay their eggs in the northern Hawaiian Islands on an uninhabited island called the French Shore. If y'all have an opportunity to go to the Waikiki Aquarium, they also have a really nice display right now from those regions which are uninhabited. So on the Waio, we have all the different species of coral, the cauliflower coral, the antler coral, and the color of the coral is determined by the algae that is living on in a symbiotic relationship with those coral. And all of that algae is food for our hundreds of different species of reef fish. All the different kinds of reef fish we have here in Hawaii are major. The major groups are represented here. We have the butterflies, we have the pennant fish. Yellow tangs are completely yellow, very popular aquarium fish. Let's see if that hono is still there.
Oh yeah, there it is.
You can barely see his shell. So those hono come down here for a cleaning, for a meal, for a nap time. The reef fish don't know any different, right? If they see a piece of algae, they will eat it, whether it's on the back of a turtle or just on a head of coral or on the deck of the boat. In a fire before we purchased it and put it down here for an artificial reef. The good thing about the San Pedro being in the current state is that there's a lot of places to hide. So you'll see a lot of small fish living on the San Pedro because when the deck collapsed, there's like small little spaces in there that they can hide from the bigger fish. So we have the domino damsels, which are black with the white bellies. The pyramid butterfly fish, which are orange with this white triangle on its belly. Belly-toothed butterflies, the pennant fish, yellow tangs, and some goatfish and red-fin butterflies. Those are the ones with the black lines that are patched across its belly. So usually when you see a butterfly fish, they will be schooling. Very sad to see one butterfly fish all by itself. Oh, and I see some bicolor angels too. Bicolor angels have blue heads and yellow tails. The color kind of gradually changes along their body. Very beautiful fish. So you're looking at a lot of pieces of cable and cinder blocks and all sorts of stuff out there. Oh, and there's the other submarine off the port side. That's the Atlantis number 10. So this is a 5-acre dive site here off the fish species. And there's a unicorn fish way off in the distance on the port side. The starboard side, if you look over there, the unicorn fish has this big bony protrusion right above its eyes. And spiny pufferfish on the port side. We're passing right over it. It's uninflated. The spiny pufferfish can take enough water into its body to inflate it 3 times its normal body size. And that is used to fend off predators. So when you pop up to the size of a basketball, those fish will think twice about trying to swallow you. We'll be up in about 20 seconds. Here we go.
You want to get a shot?